All right, man, show me. Good job. Reach for it. You got it.
It's so nice outside, and it's after 5, and it's not my first time outside today, but almost, because I've been stuck inside
Aside from
for the
running
last
this morning.
Yeah, we went for a run this morning and Manny biked along. So I haven't, okay, I illustrated a children's book. I got commissioned, is that the word? Commissioned to illustrate a book. It was summer of 2018 that I was first contacted about it. And I wrote up a contract, and my goal was to have all the illustrations done by late October. I can't remember, I'd have to look back, which I had all my color roughs and everything done on time. But just payments, you know, it costs money to write and have a book illustrated, have it published and everything. So the author didn't have all the money up front to pay me for my artwork. So it's been a slow process, but the nice thing about it was I had done all the illustrations, and then, you know, I had all this time to look back at them and thought, you know, I want to make it more than it is. Okay, I'm vlogging and biking because we're out for a bike ride, but I wanted to make sure that I got some of this on film. I wanted to make them more than they were, so I went through between then and now and redrew all the illustrations. So all the author has seen up till now is just the original, I guess I'll call them color roughs, really is what they were. They were basically ideas of what I wanted to do, but not the final product. Wow, that sun is really bright behind me. Today I redrew the cover, and I got that done, and I just went through, and Mitch and I together spent several hours. He would look for like 4 hours or something. It was a long time. Mitch would look on his computer screen and would zoom way in on all the images. And with digital art, the thing is, sometimes, you know, you use your fingers like on a screen to zoom in and zoom out, and you know, I'm tapping things, and sometimes you get little spots or little just strokes of your pen that get in the wrong place. And so he would find like, oh, there's a smudge, oh, there's a dot. And so I was just touching up everything because I'm like, I want this to be all that it can be. I want to give 110%. It's my artwork, and people are gonna see it, and I want to be proud of it when I look back at it. I got my final check in the mail today, and I finished touching up all my illustrations, and I signed that check, and it felt really good. And actually Mitch filmed me signing the check.
Go for it.
All right. Signed. It just felt like an accomplishment. I had finished something I started and set out to do that took me a long time to do. So I will share more about that book in a bit, but I want to get off here so I can bike. Let me tell you, you don't have splinters, do you? Because when you slide down this stuff, it's pretty smooth, but man, I'll be careful, okay? You impress me though.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, and humble too.
You gonna do it?
Oh, it's on backwards.
No, your helmet's not on backwards. It's on right.
Are you gonna do it all by yourself this time?
You've been getting closer and closer. I'd like, kind of like, I'll hold his feet
Here, step
Like-
on my hands.
like this.
All right.
But I've been like holding my hands down, like
Yep.
barely any
Swing.
of his weight is
Swing
on
and
my
reach.
hands.
All right, go ahead, keep swinging. Put your back hand to the front.
You got it, buddy.
Back hand to the front.
I
right.
can't honestly remember how old I was when I started doing monkey
Go
bars.
for it. Swing.
We had like a
I'm
4-bar
here,
monkey
baby.
bar in our swing set growing up. And I have no, how old are you, babe, do you think, when you started doing monkey bars?
I don't remember. Got it. Bye.
I'm pretty sure my mom didn't make me
Bye.
dead hang at 4 though. You alright? Just rub your hands together. Ooh, I do not want to. Okay, so they used to have wood chips. Like you can see remnants of wood chips here. And then last year they replaced it with sawdust, which is like the weirdest thing to put at a playground. So I usually just wear flip-flops to the playground because the little pieces of sawdust stick to my shoes everywhere. And I have my nice running shoes on. So I'm going to be really careful that nothing gets inside these. I'm not going to be running around playing here because I hate picking sawdust off my shoes. Yeah, babe?
This is the Tortuga.
Oh, that's like the Tortuga? Are all the computers in there to look at wildlife?
Are you gonna jump off?
No. Well, that's the
What if I was
sliding
coming up?
Does
to
the
get
Tortuga
you?
have a slide?
Oh,
Oh boy.
boy.
Run, Manny!
You can't catch me. I got you.
You can't catch me. Just kidding.
You said I can't catch you.
Yeah.
I did.
What do you think now, Manny? Can he catch you?
Do you think I can catch you?
So yesterday evening I was filming about finishing all the illustrations to the book I've been working on. And I kind of dropped off in sharing because we went for a bike ride. I'm here getting lunch ready and trying to work a little bit on finishing getting things together for that book. I have to kind of organize the text and where everything's going to go on the pages and things like that, because when I drew the pictures I had like kind of a plan for where things would go on pages, like leaving space for text and stuff. So I'm working on that. Anyway, I think I was saying last that I wanted the book to be all that it can be. It is very vulnerable to sell my artwork, and not where it's gonna just be hanging up in one person's home and people that come to their house are gonna see it, but it's gonna be like in the hands of individuals, and they're gonna own a piece of my artwork and they're going to look at it and judge it and scrutinize it. I mean, I don't know if people are really doing that, but it's very vulnerable. Like when I draw or paint or anything, it's like I'm putting myself into it. It's a piece of myself in a way, and it's personal when people like it or they don't like it or whatever. I feel like I'm putting myself out there for people to judge my stuff. And so I do want to promote the book on here some for everyone to see and buy, and I'd like to share a little bit of preview on here before it's available to purchase. It'll be available on Amazon probably within the next month. I'll let you all know when that happens, and I'd like to share some sneak peeks of pictures that I've done for it. I can't share too much about the storyline, but I can share a little bit. I'd like to do some of that on here before it's available and encourage you guys to go out and buy it. It has been a dream of mine for a long time to illustrate a children's book, and so it feels like the culmination of a dream. It's not going to be through like a publishing company or anything. It's just through Amazon, but it's available for print, and regardless of whether it's like real published work, I still got paid for my artwork, which is a new thing. I have kind of when they use the term starving artist, for me it's true, just because I haven't had a lot of people who are willing to pay me for my artwork. I think a lot of people just have a hard time seeing the value of artwork, or they look at what I do and they just think, oh, you're just naturally good at it, you don't have to work for it. But it's not true. I've spent hours of my life invested into becoming better and growing as an artist. I wasn't born good. I had to work for it. It's a skill that not everybody has. It's been tough because not a lot of people are interested in paying artists, but if you are watching, I do encourage you to really look at art as a valuable thing. If you have an artist friend, don't expect them to do everything for free. Offer to pay them. I was really curious on how do other artists charge for their work when you're doing a children's book, or how do you charge for your art? And you can't treat it like $1 an hour kind of job. or even, oh, per linear inch it costs this much, like with things like that. And I saw a video on YouTube, and I can't even remember who made it, but it was talking about charging, and they were saying that you kind of have a chart of like the amount of joy this project will bring you and the amount of money you want to make. And it's more like, if there's a project you're going to love doing, you'll do it for less because you love it. But if it's a project you're like, I really don't want to do this, but I really need the money, you won't be willing to do it for less. You'll want to do it for more. So you kind of base your pricing off of how badly do you want to do it. This storyline started growing on me more and more, and I was like, I have a picture in my mind of what this could be and what this little girl can look like and what these scenes could become, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be the one that creates those images. So I was willing to do it for a lot less than I would maybe for a storyline that I wasn't as keen on. But no, I really loved it. And cartoons aren't really my forte, so I became a much better cartoon artist by doing this book than I was before. Realism is more my specialty. I'm better at like pencil art, like portrait art of people or cars or animals or whatever, but like very realistic looking stuff. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I've enjoyed other mediums more, but it is probably what I'm best at. It's where my strengths lie. So I have to invest a lot more into other types of art to become better at them because I'm not as good at it. So I've had to work really hard, and this project was a difficult project for me, but a fun project. And I feel like I've grown a lot as an artist, and I've really enjoyed doing it. So I'm excited to share more with you about this book, and I'm excited for it to become available for purchase, and hopefully a lot of you will buy it and read it to your kids or grandkids or whoever and have it make a home on your bookshelf. So I'm excited. I think I'm gonna close this video out here. I know this was just a video really of me talking about doing illustrations, but it is what it is. I hadn't picked up the camera all week, and I wanted to make sure that we had some footage of what's going on in our lives. So that's pretty much what's been going on. I'm going to get out of here and get the rest of lunch together for when Mitch and Manny get home.